All right, welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I've got Raffael Krause, founder and CEO of Loveblock. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Michael. Thanks for having me here.
My pleasure. Give us some background on you, and then tell us about Loveblock, and I've got a bunch of questions for you.
Sure. So actually, I started my way back in my old home in Germany at the financial group W&W. It's a bank and insurance company, and that was also the first time when I was thinking and researching on blockchain because I thought how much easier and safer transactions would be in the financial environment when using this technology. Well, 2 years ago, I moved then to Hong Kong, and there it was actually the time when I got in contact with the dating industry. But not actually in the way you might think that from a user perspective. No, I met several people in the dating industry working for dating platforms, and they introduced me to like some serious problems the industry is facing with, and and I met more like-minded people, and together we came up with the idea using blockchain technology to solve these. So last year we registered our company Loveblock, what is a decentralized database in Singapore. We quit our former jobs, and here I am.
Congratulations. All right, I'm glad to pioneer.
You.
But let's bring out the problems of online dating that you discovered, and then the solutions that you found for whether it's scam, fraud, data breaches, what have you.
Yeah, okay, all right. So before actually starting this last year, we found out that online dating already has a market capitalization around $5 billion, and it's growing rapidly, like 2 digits. But when we are looking closer at it, there are huge points for action needed, such as there are a lot of scammers, catfishing going on in online dating, like fraud, fake profiles, data breaches, and it means actually that fraudsters, when they are on online dating platforms, that they easily can change. They can easily change their login information, right? And they can move from apps to apps because only what is needed for signing up in on an online dating app or on a platform is an email address, a social media account, or a phone number, right? And then you're in. So it's very easy and to provide and to generate this information. So there are a lot of people performing untrue actions, and by the end, right? Many users fall in love with these people because they think it's actually a great person, but in the truth, it isn't. And then the scammers, they vanish very quick after they get their money, and they're leaving the victim behind with no money, and maybe with something worse even than with no money, with a broken heart, with broken beliefs and such things. And that's why we created Loveblock, because we don't want to give any room for these people and get easily away with these crimes, right?
And is it easy to, through using Loveblock to track the people that are perpetrating crimes if they happen to get through and do that? Because that's one of the big problems is that crimes get committed,
right.
and they got nowhere to go to check them because there were false identities from the get-go.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, we at Loveblock, so what are we doing actually? How can we prevent these actions? It's because there is no real connection between the actual profile on the online dating platform and the person who is operating this profile. Because in the end, it's not the account or the online account what is scamming you, it's the person in front of it. So we have to find a way how to link or how to build this connection. And we found an acceptable way for this is with facial recognition with this technology. And this means for dating apps and dating platforms who join our network, they are have to verify their users with facial identity. Other projects they're using some real ID check and this, but I think this is not worth it. And also when I sign up on a dating platform, I didn't want them to know where I live and making it possible to research more information on me. It's it's enough when we can capture the person in front of the computer or in front of the device and linking this. So what happens now when someone commits a crime or is scamming someone? The person, because this information what we use, the ID check, is encrypted and saved on the blockchain, so no one actually can see it, or it's only in the system. So once a scam is performed, this user gets blocked, and then he also cannot return on the app, because now the system knows the face. So like when the user tries to sign up again, he cannot come back. But that's actually not all, because we at Loveblock making it possible for companies to monetize and exchange information about this fraudster. So we are providing an infrastructure that can eliminate entirely scams whilst these dating businesses stay competitive. And I maybe can give you an example to make it more visual. For example, you have dating platform A, and they encrypt now the data on their confirmed fraudsters on our blockchain. Then the platform B pays to compare their users with the platform A's blacklist, and then they can determine which of their users are also scammers. In this way, the platform A can make a profit from sharing their data, and B can improve their user experience, because they already can get rid of all the confirmed fraudsters before. And this is ensured and executed via our own blockchain smart contract, and DDD is our currency.
I got it. That's brilliant. I can see that a lot of people want to pay for that, because they're going to make sure that no matter who they're talking to, they've been vetted, and if there is anything that gets through, they're going to be able to get caught. That's going to slow down a lot of scams. Good move. All right.
Thanks.
Is there anything else you want to bring out about this before we close on this? Because you've got a lot of content that we already pushed out to people, and I know just by talking to you, you're going to be bringing new stuff out as time goes forward. Is there anything that we missed that you want to bring out?
Actually, on this is all what is the basic information what our system is about. We can go more on our token, or we can go more on our partnerships, or more on the development. Yeah.
Let's start with the token, DDD.
Okay. Yeah, so DDD means decentralized database for dating. It's a little unusual name, but we finally settled for it. And DDD actually is not only the medium of exchange what these dating platforms will use when exchanging the information about fraudsters. No, we also will integrate DDD on a user level on all participating apps. The people will actually use DDD. Why? Because in our underlying blockchain technology, there is actually more than just this network or this infrastructure. We are also having a whole reward system based in the security system. This means we want to reward platforms when they join our network. And initially, we want later on also to bring another dating application in this network where we can fully use our reward system, meaning introducing a more social way of dating, getting rid of decentralized platforms, so giving more back to the users, that they can freely interact with each other with no mediator, and through motivating users, we need also a reward system. We already have that in Scratch and are building this, and for this we also need our own token. And maybe an interesting information also to share maybe now for you is that we recently partnered with the dating app Luxy, and Luxy is a little popular in the USA. So Luxy is a dating app based on focusing on high net worth individuals, has around 2 million users, and right now a team is getting ready and is building the preferences to integrate DDD in Luxy. So the Luxy users will be the first people who solely use DDD on the application and on the platform. So also for investor, a great advantage, because actually many users will use our token, and it's not just a dead coin.
I can see why you did that. That's brilliant. And that's why I can see why you put that crypto coin out from scratch. Services, you mentioned that there's something else that we may have not spoken about in regards to the services that you're bringing out. Can you touch on that?
Okay, so actually, like by next year, because we first are really focusing and getting this security system ready for market, by the next year we are actually bringing out these other dating applications. We have a project name. It's called Dating Circles, because the people outside, not in the online world, in the outside world, they are all acting in circles. Right, in our work, we're having a circle. Our friend is actually a circle. Our family, and this way of concept we want to bring in the online dating, because more and more people are getting frustrated when using dating apps. They see it's just a mismatch. The people are actually not, they don't fit me, and we want to bring it back to the old way, or like more old way, like actually a person introduce someone to you, and therefore we are building another application where users can invite users freely to join their circle, and there's actually no real monitor like needed from our side, someone who is keeping attention. So we want to give it more back to the people, and therefore we introduced our like reward system. This means we want to motivate people when they interact with each other. This means like when answering questions, when raising questions, when going on dates. All this will be put in a reward system. So the people will get DDD, but also will spend DDD in this network, and therefore we can ensure like living community.
I get it. A closed ecosystem based on trust through the extension of your network being introduced to one of the. I get it. It works. I can see why you're doing that. That's brilliant. Raffael, is there anything else I missed?
No, it's like fine. I just can share you maybe an insight of how we work here in Singapore, because maybe you're not talking daily with people like from the other side of the world. Yeah, because here in Singapore or Southeast Asia, why we actually doing our blockchain project here? It's because the people here in general are much more interested and much more or accepting blockchain and cryptocurrencies much more easy than back in Germany, than in the US. Even in our team, we have 40% of girls are working for us, and it's maybe very high unusual in Germany, because there we still have this stereotype. Like these tech startups, it's like guys sitting like together in a basement or so. Right. But not here. We have many like girls actually applying for like a blockchain system engineering like jobs, because they learned at this like partly in their previous like workplaces, and now they learn something and they want to like also like use their knowledge to build something more. And this is actually a really pleasant environment where we're at, because also my co-founder Brenda, she's actually one of the most enthusiastic people I know when it comes to blockchain and when it comes to decentralization and using applications. Many of our Loveblock ideas are based on her work, and I think we really can make a difference from not only from our location here in Singapore in Southeast Asia, also when it comes to the virtual outlook. Yes,
I agree with you, and I know that we're going to be seeing more of you. So Raffael, thanks for being a guest on the show.
Thanks, Michael.
My pleasure. You've been watching CEO Money with Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube. And definitely take a look at this Loveblock. I want to check it out myself. All right. Thanks for joining.